Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lee and Hayley Overtime, the podcast. I'm Lee Cruz, along with Hayley Harmon.
Hello, everyone. Cheers. Oh, my gosh. How are you?
Well, I'm fantastic.
Good. Before the podcast, Lee and I were discussing treats that we give ourselves during the day, because right now I'm sipping on a Dr. Pepper and cream soda, zero sugar. It is my little afternoon pick-me-up.
Yes.
I've given up that second cup of coffee during the day, and I've traded it for a fully artificial soda product.
And my treat, of course, is a cafeteria lady named Ruby.
Afternoons together.
Yes, I go over there to her domicile.
Now, is this a school cafeteria or like
and
Piccadilly?
I always say, leave the hairnet on.
I don't want you getting that crap on me.
I don't want that on me, but it also turns me on.
But how many times have you gotten back from you always say, I'm going on my lunch break. You come back and there's red curly hair on your shoulder and we say, Ruby, was it? Anyway, and then you ask.
Don't take your tray to town.
Oh, my goodness. Now, how did you come up with this arrangement with Ruby, the cafeteria
It's been
lady?
going on for a long time.
It's school. Your school
Since school.
Gosh.
When it was
When are you going to come?
unrequited.
When are you going to? Now, okay, so it was unrequited on whose end?
Well, we're still trying to remember that. We're both so old now.
Who liked who first?
Yeah, we can't recall.
Yeah, okay.
Then we both just gave into it.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Once it was all on the up and up. Now, when are you going to commit to her? Or are you two just love the sexual freedom?
We're keeping it easy.
You stay in your life here. She stays there.
Yes.
Now, how old is she if she's still working in our cafeteria?
I'm afraid to ask.
Okay. This is so weird. I love it. Ruby, if you're out there, God bless you. And come on, don't do this to yourself.
Of course, I'll see you on Pizza Friday.
In school, did you guys have square pizza or round
Yes,
pizza?
square. We never had round.
We had square, and then they transitioned to round, and they were each heated in their own individual plastic thing. And then you had to
So
take
they
them
were
out of the
frozen.
plastic. Yeah, and it was just like, no, I want the square pizza. They cut us a big old chunk of it.
My elementary lunch was delicious, actually. They did such a good job at a very small rural country school named Trap.
Could never get out of it.
And it was delicious.
Like, what was it?
Well, whatever they made, but I mean, it was the freshest of green beans and corn and all the goodness and
What was
pizza
it?
on Friday. But even the entree, whatever it was so good. It was made with TLC. It's like 3 or 4 ladies that Alice,
Lisa Left Out Lopez, Chili, and T-Boz. And Ruby.
The head chef was Alice Quisenberry. I remember her name.
That's a made-up name.
No, it's
That's
a real
a name
name.
I use when I check into hotels, and I don't want anyone to know.
Alice
and,
had those.
It's Alice Quisenberry.
Those small cat eye frames
Oh, Alice.
with the hairnet.
Yeah.
I mean, Alice was probably 60-something. But then again, you can't tell. Back in those days, a 33-year-old looked like she was 75 in today's fashion style.
Yeah, styling and stuff. The Golden Girls are, in their heyday on that show, were supposedly the same age as the current cast of Sex and the City.
Oh, my God. Talk about something that just shook me to my core.
I heard about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ yesterday.
The good news.
Okay.
No, I watched An Affair to Remember with Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr.
Yes.
That's where, that's what Sleepless in Seattle is based on.
An Affair
Because
to
they're
Remember.
supposed to meet at the Empire State Building, but Deborah Kerr gets run over, and she's too proud to let him know that she can't walk. So
That's so tragic.
she avoids him, and he's like, we were in love. We were supposed to meet on this date, and you never showed up. Then he sees her out like at a theater. She doesn't get up to greet him, and he's like, really? You can't even come over and say hi?
He said that?
Well, that's his
he didn't
attitude.
know.
He didn't know until he starts to figure it out at the very end. Because
woman is so lazy.
He's a painter, and she's still buying his paintings. And he's so conflicted and confused by all this.
Okay.
But Cary Grant, you always think, listen, how old are you dating young Deborah Kerr, even though you're Cary Grant?
Sure.
Got it.
Sure.
During the filming of that, he was 53.
Oh. What I don't understand.
It's an
how does that make you feel
existential crisis.
that he is younger than you in the filming? Wasn't he supposed to be quite debonair and stuff? I've never seen it. So did they try to
Supposed
make
to
him
be.
look really old?
Well, no.
Were they trying to act like he was old?
I just never thought I'd be older than Cary Grant
Oh, I see.
in my life.
Yeah.
It's like when you become older than Jesus. How am I older than the King of Kings?
Well, he was quite young.
I know.
33,
but
right?
When you're a kid growing up, you think Jesus 33. Hey, that's a good life.
I've got to be honest, I never thought about that.
You're older than Jesus.
Well, you don't have to say it like a threat. I guess 33 to me always seemed quite young.
When you were a kid?
No, when I was a kid, I remember when
That's what I mean.
I remember drawing a picture of my parents, and I vividly remember and I had to like put all our ages over. It was for school or something. And I wrote my siblings' ages, and then I had to ask my parents how old they were. And I remember my dad said he was 39. And I basically was like, well, this might be our last year together, Dad.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm going to miss you.
Sure.
39 seemed, and actually on the day of this taping, my older sister just turned 39 today, which is so crazy that she's the age of, I'm sure, what was a beautiful drawing.
Mm-hmm. I remember my dad telling me, well, he had just turned 40 and he was going to his 20th high school reunion.
Whew.
And I'm like, my God, I've only been in school.
So wait. That can't be right. Because he would have been 20 when he graduated high school?
Well, okay, 25th. I don't know.
Okay. Well, no, it probably
maybe he was, I don't know. I know he was 40. And he was going to a 20th reunion. It could have been 21st, 22nd.
Okay, because I'm like, unless he was
whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry for fact checking.
I'm just telling you. As
Your dad met Ruby too, and he didn't want to leave school, so he stayed 2 extra years.
He's telling me this in the car, and I'm bewildered that how anyone could be so ancient.
Yeah.
Because I've been in school 10 to 11 years, and that was a lifetime. And you've been out of it for 20 plus.
Yeah.
How is someone still functioning?
Yeah, how are you still out here kicking?
Right.
Yeah, it is crazy. Well, you know what's always a mind trick is like when you're in high school, it seems like that's all that exists. And you don't think about how long high school is a snippet of your life. No. When you're in high school, it's like that's all that matters. And then all you're thinking about is, where am I going to go to college? And then you don't consider anything after that. And then it's like, no, you have decades and decades and decades, God willing, to live. And it's just crazy.
No, I knew, and maybe I
didn't tell anyone else.
I had an advantage because I wasn't the stud muffin.
What? That is not the story you have portrayed to us.
So I wasn't. I mean, I was.
What?
I was navigable, meaning I could bounce around different groups and
is that
hold
how your
my
main
own.
means of transportation?
Yes. But I can hang out with my geek friends and talk Star Wars, or with my jock friends and play basketball and sports with those guys. But I was never the alpha in any of those groups. What I was doing was becoming diplomatic, I believe, and being able to navigate all of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't care about it. It wasn't, and now I see guys who every high school was everything to them because that was the last time they were alpha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's sad.
See, I don't know anybody like that. Like, I think they portray that in movies. It's usually like the cool football guy, and then he becomes a loser later. And I'm like, well, maybe he does, but like I don't feel like most guys look back and are like, that was it. They're probably just like, meh.
Oh, I know guys like
but
that.
I don't know. I'd say more so for men. For women, I don't really.
Oh, there's women like that they either got married early and then they had children and they feel life blew by them, that they didn't get a chance
I see that. So maybe not just
to live. And I don't want that for anybody, but maybe they have regrets.
Well, and I think it's all based on comparison. People always.
It happened to a buddy of mine, played by Jimmy Stewart, and he lived in Bedford Falls.
Oh, yeah.
He always had regrets.
Sure. Yeah. It's a call out for Cary Grant and Jimmy Stewart today, two of the greats.
So before the show began, Hayley got so upset over nothing, like always. It's usually nothing. In the building as to which our offices are located, it's very cold here. And so we turned on the space heater, and I told her, sit down.
No, we didn't. I turned it on because it's my personal space heater that I bought with my own money for my desk at work.
Oh, my God.
And everyone keeps stealing it from me, which I don't mind, but I just want it to be clear. I spent my hard-earned, cold, hard American cash on this thing. Okay, back to you.
Do you want to go around the room and pick out stuff I've bought? What's that got to do with it? We're sharing it.
Not anymore.
Okay. So she's sitting in front of it, and I was showing her tricks of the trade.
What trade? It's so flipping cold in this office building. Like I was sitting, it's on the ground, obviously, and I was sitting cross-legged in front of it, just trying to get warm.
Anyway,
and then out of the goodness of my heart, I had it blasting in here trying to warm our podcast studio.
Yes. I forget what a creature of fear you are sometimes because it's beyond reasonable. Anyway, she's sitting in front of the space heater, and oftentimes I've done this where I've gotten so cold, I'll get in front of the space heater and cover the space heater up with a blanket and then lay under it until I get warm. So I'm just being infused with all the hot air, kind of like this podcast. And then I'll, take it off and then I'll go about my day. Well, so I got my trench coat, overcoat.
That I wear with nothing on under it.
And I said, look at this. And I'm holding it up to shield the hot air towards you and showing you could put your arms in this thing and put your head there, and boy, you will get warm and feel like $1,000,000. She refused. Oh my God, a fire will begin, she said.
Because, Lee, do you understand how space heaters work?
Yes.
Okay. They pull air in the back.
Yes.
Heat it very quickly and put it out the front.
Yes.
You hung
With
your
filaments.
coat over it.
Yes.
So where your coat was sucked into the back of the heating element.
Right.
I don't know if you know this, but we both used to work in news.
Yeah.
I've covered many a time when a space heater has caused a fire, which can sometimes lead to an entire home burning down. Okay. So,
let me tell you who you are. You're those people that back in the early aughts would run and tattle on someone using a cell phone around a gas pump.
no, I wouldn't.
He's using his cell phone. It's going to blow up. Meanwhile,
Then,
the
you know
whole
what?
time,
If fire's not a danger, let's start a campfire in here right now.
the whole time, I knew that was horse hockey, just like they said it'll mess with the airplane's avionics. I knew that was horse hockey. But the airlines were trying to get you to use the in-plane phone to make money and to keep people from not talking on their phones because it ruins everyone else's day. Point being, all of that was debunked.
Why are we talking about that?
There's a guard on the back of that. I know we'll see a spark, we'll see a flame, and we will no longer commence to play with the space heater.
No playing with space heaters. No.
We're adults.
One of us is.
Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, then here's where it gets good, kids. So I'm like, well, all right, I'm trying to help. So I thought
I didn't need your help. I was fine sitting in front of it.
You were cold.
And that's why I was sitting in front of the space heater.
And I was going to warm you up quicker.
I didn't want to start a forest fire.
There
with
is
you.
no fire. There's not going to be a fire.
Because I said, get your jacket off there.
I would have stomped it out immediately.
So you're saying there's a chance
No,
it would have started?
no, there's not.
Then what is there to stomp out?
Well, if there were a fire, it would be extinguished. Well, anyway. So then I go, well, I'm just going to make a cup of coffee. Well, the coffee Keurig maker is out of water. It has just enough to irritate
This is
someone.
yours and Nua's daily battle because I no longer drink coffee at work and no one else does except you and Nua, and you both bitch about who didn't put enough water in there. And you're both just complaining about each other.
So I'm walking back into the room where the space heater is and where Hayley's sitting.
It's plugged in. It's on. It's an electronic with a heating filament, and it is pouring heat toward me.
And I had an invasive thought. What if I were to douse that thing with water to show her how quickly we could react if there was a fire? So I took the contents, the water that was left in the reservoir, and I threw it onto the space heater.
While it's plugged in. You know, the classic throw a plugged-in toaster into
Well,
the
you
bathtub.
yeah, that's right. You weren't in a bathtub, so I had no toaster to throw in there. So anyway, I threw it, and then you would have thought that Oppenheimer detonated a device in here. She got so angry
I did get angry.
over nothing.
No,
it's a little tickle.
No,
It's a
Lee,
goofy ha-ha.
You're selfish. That's the problem. You
God.
just so you can laugh at yourself and feel funny, you don't care how it affects anybody else. And that's, I would say, one of your many huge flaws.
Okay.
Because Lee, Like I unplugged it and I'm no longer using it and I'm scared to turn it on again because it could short out and start a fire or just stop working or I don't know, electrocute me.
Oh my God.
Again, the reason I bought that personally. Fine, I'm going to pour water next time I see you using any kind of electronic device. I'm going to pour water on it and giggle and then act like you're stupid for caring.
First of all,
that I'm ruining
I
your
didn't
thing.
throw it actually on there. I threw it around the carpet.
It was all over it. I had to clean it off.
Oh, a tiny bit.
A ton of it was on the front, the back, and then
A
all over the
tiny
dials.
bit.
No,
A very tiny
Oh,
bit.
so you are lying.
It was a tiny,
Your Honor,
tiny.
I'd like it added to the
tiny
record.
bit.
So you're it was a lot, Lee. Did you clean it up?
Underwriter Laboratories would have approved this device even after that. It's fine.
Who's Underwriter Laboratories?
Well, they approve every device that America uses. It has to go to UL before it's sold.
What are you doing?
What
are
do
you
you
trying to
mean?
impress me with your stupid knowledge? Because it ain't gonna work.
What do you mean? I'm just telling you how it
Just
works.
admit how stupid it is to
It's
pour
not
water
stupid.
on an electronic.
Stop
that
being
heats.
afraid of everything.
Oh my God.
I don't know why you're mad at me, but we're going to get through it. We're going to start with this exercise. Tell me why I'm great. You go first.
And that will conclude my presentation. Because right now I don't think you're great. You're on
You don't think I'm great.
Absolutely not. You're on my last nerve today. I don't know, because you nearly electrocuted me.
God.
I think, would you feel better? I think you'd giggle. I electrocuted and thereby killed Hayley in the office today. It was hilarious because I got the last laugh.
I would feel horrible if I electrocuted
and you killed me.
Now, if I shocked you a bit and made your hair stand up, I think eventually
You're so selfish.
we'd giggle about
You're
it.
such a selfish jerk. And I mean that.
Yeah.
Well, what else do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I've been watching a lot of older movies lately. Not old movies.
You and I
But
watched-
movies from about 10 years ago lately that Netflix has been suggesting to me. So I've been watching them, loving them.
Yeah, you watched the same film I did over the weekend, The Nice Guys. And
Yes.
if no one has seen that, they should.
Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, Margaret Qualley, Kim Basinger.
Yep.
I was like, well, who's this?
You haven't seen all of it, so I can't really
No,
discuss it.
I fell asleep, and so I stopped it halfway through. So it's almost a 2-hour movie. So I started watching it last night. I'm sorry, cracking up at Ryan Gosling. So I watched The Nice Guys. I think it said it was from 2016. Same thing with London Has Fallen. I hadn't seen that either. It's where Aaron Eckhart is the president, and Gerard Butler must protect him. What?
I like Aaron Eckhart.
I do too. He hasn't been anything.
But
in
you made a
while.
point the other day we were discussing this, which is true. Most presidents in Hollywood cinema are pansies.
They try to make them like, I can't defend myself.
I can't shoot a gun or what.
Yeah, they always act like they had no training in anything before they became president. And they kind of do it to
As if Ronald Reagan never existed.
Yeah.
Or Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Or Dwight D. Eisenhower. Or John F. Kennedy. It's a sailor who ran a PT boat. I was going to say PT cruiser.
he ran a physical therapy boat. Yeah, no. So anyway, in that movie, it's really good, really good. And then Morgan Freeman plays the vice president. I was like, ah. So anyway, check that. Is it a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the first one?
White House,
White House Down?
I don't know. White House Fallen? I don't know.
What's Olympus Has Fallen? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Did I make that up?
Yeah. No, there's Olympus Has Fallen.
What's
and
it
then
about?
London Has Fallen.
Right. So what's the connection?
Well, there's a Jamie Foxx one too.
Oh.
Who's in that with? Oh, I know who's in that. It's what's his face?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, no,
With the eyes.
The guy, no,
Kind of tall, kind of short, wears a lot of
the
T-shirts.
Magic Mike guy.
Oh, Channing Tatum?
Yes, Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
They're in basically the same movie
Cool.
as Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart,
Yeah.
Harvey Two-Face. That's how I always
Yeah,
remember Aaron Eckhart.
from Dark Knight.
Yes.
Was that Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you're looking to watch, 10-year-old movies that are really good that Netflix is suggesting, check out London Has Fallen and check out The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys is really good, and I want them to make a sequel.
And it's called The Not So Nice Guys.
It's really good, though. The chemistry between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling is hilarious. And I told you one of the things, if I ever meet Ryan Gosling, I'm going to say, hey fella, you do a double take as good as anybody in the business.
So good.
And he does.
He does. I love his hands.
I do too.
Like something about his hands I really like. He does a lot of hand stuff, and his hands are always kind of like, I don't know. I can't explain it.
The way he moves is magical.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's like Cary Grant. There's a way some of those guys carry themselves that is just because he's playing a vulnerability, but he's got so much charisma and style, even though he's trying to look like he's afraid and pathetic, he still comes off as just this alpha dude with so much inner confidence. That's why he is so good at getting beat up. Because it's like you don't really believe it. Even though his character is getting beat, it's the double takes in the physical comedy of it all that has a lot of style. It's like you want to see him get hurt because he makes it funny. That's not how I act when I get hurt.
When's the last time you got really hurt?
Well, earlier today when you yelled at me.
No, physically hurt. And you were not hurt when I yelled at you. You knew it was coming. What reaction did you think I was going to have? Holy fire play. I
You
loved it.
said I wasn't great.
When?
Just a while ago. 30 seconds ago.
Oh,
you
that
said
hurt
that.
you, not when I yelled at you over electrocution.
No, because I knew you were safe. Oh, that didn't bother me.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. You didn't even know what Underwriter
That
Laboratories
has
were.
nothing to do with anything.
They're the people that make sure the devices are safe.
Well, wait till they look at it now. Get them in here, Lee. Anyway.
I would never put you in danger. I don't know why you think this.
You have put me in danger so many times.
Never, not
How
once.
about you would never knowingly put me in danger?
I never put you in danger.
You're kind of a ninny, I'll be honest.
What does that even mean?
You know.
A ninny?
Sometimes you just kind of do silly things.
Yes, I
But not on purpose. You just kind of do dumb shit sometimes.
like what?
Like when you've gotten taken by Instagram ads. It's usually when you're left to your own devices. When you got those new cameras for your home and you should have signed up for one membership, you somehow signed up for 6 different memberships for the same cameras. And then you act as if there's no way to get a refund. And then that's it basically.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with you. That has to do with me.
I'm sorry to you for the things you do to yourself.
Well, that's true.
But me, it's just like. Now, what are you upset about? That I yelled at you because you really frightened me and pissed me off? Or was it later when you said, tell me how great I am? And I said, no.
Yeah, that's when I'm angry. No, you're yelling at me is just because your lack of knowledge of electronic devices. That has nothing to do with that. You can't help that. You're not that interested. You've never tried. Look, can I just explain? You've never pushed any device to its limit. You don't let your gas tank go below a quarter of a tank before you're filling it up. You never push devices like boys do for the most part. I'm sure there's some girls out there that do this. But for me and my ilk, we're always trying to get things to blow up. Always. And I know they don't. It's very hard to get them to do the thing I want them to do, catch fire. It's fun to destroy. It's great.
So, in summation,
Yeah.
I yelled at you because I'm ignorant.
That's what you got out of that?
That's what you said.
Your lack of knowledge about what's the limit on an electronic device? Sure. But so what? You have more knowledge than I do when it comes to buying Facebook or Instagram ads.
I don't buy off Instagram ads because I'm not a sucker.
Well, sometimes I think I have to have something. Like that greenery.
God.
I thought of that today when you and I we did a shoot for E-Day. It's, by the way, for those of you who are fans of the University of Kentucky, we won a national championship I didn't even know about. Rocket launching. The astrophysicist majors.
Aerospace engineering majors.
And those guys, too.
There were no astrophysicist majors.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah. Okay.
They beat MIT and Stanford and a lot of other places you think where rocket engineers come from.
Yeah, if you live in central Kentucky or anywhere in Kentucky, in our area, we did a piece that's going to air soon. And heads up, it's for an event this weekend, Saturday, February 22nd at the University of Kentucky College of Engineering. Every year they host an event called E-Day, which is where they showcase all the different facets of the College of Engineering. There are so many different majors, from chemical engineering to aerospace engineering to mining engineering. And anyway, it's for kids pre-K through high school. It's completely free to attend, and they have all these demonstrations. You can make a rocket. You can learn how to make boba. You can learn how they separate, huge rocks in, these machines that fill up rooms. And
for mining.
Yeah, for mining. So, anyway, it's really cool. It's free. It's all hands-on interactive. And so if your child might be interested in just a day of fun, or if maybe they're a little older and considering maybe choosing an engineering major once they get to college, go check it out. You can look at more information online. It's at the UK College of Engineering. Again, Saturday, February 22nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., completely free. While
we were there, they had some signage with that greenery you can put on a wall. And I thought about my dilemma where I ordered something I thought would look like that. Instead, it came out in a 2x4. Or not even that. Maybe a 1x2.
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah. Well, anyway.
By the way, if you have any question or comment you'd like to write to us, we'll answer that. It is ideas@leeandhaley.com. By the way, what'd you think of what you've seen of the SNL 50th anniversary?
Loved it.
I loved Black Jeopardy. Eddie Murphy was the old Eddie Murphy that I loved when I was a kid. He was improvising. He stole the show.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
When Eddie is on, nobody's better.
You're waiting for his next line.
Yeah, he had
and at least that's how I felt.
Veterans, Tracy Morgan, Leslie Jones, and Keenan in stitches. Mm-hmm. That's all they do all day, and Eddie hadn't done it forever and comes out and owns the thing. Yeah. For some reason, the writers thought it'd be a good idea to bring, which I loved the original Tom Hanks character on Black Jeopardy, but they brought it back out and killed the whole momentum. It was, I felt bad for Tom.
Yeah, I haven't seen any positive reviews on that, but I saw thank God Eddie Murphy was there.
Bill Murray was great on the
Weekend Update. Meryl Streep was great in Alien Abduction.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh,
because I'm kind of watching it piece by piece.
It was a 3-hour-long show.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
David Letterman was there.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was. Chappelle was there.
Ray Romano was there.
Oh, Ray.
Nate Bargatze was there.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Anyway, I already told you how to get to us. Got a question or comment? Here we go. What's the best movie of 2025 that I've seen so far?
I have not seen any new movies, so this will be a question for Lee. Now, you saw Captain America over the weekend. Yeah. Your usual review.
Well, I saw it last night.
Okay, well, at the time of this typing, you saw it last night. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've lost their way. I thought Kevin Feige and those guys had everything going for them. You disagree, apparently. Okay.
I cannot let you despair. Now I got Dr. Pepper in the windpipe.
No.
And that's code.
That was an old Beatles tune, wasn't it?
Dr. Pepper in the windpipe.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I love Harrison Ford's in it, obviously. He's great. But
he's so angry.
Anthony Mackie, I love Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the character, Sam Wilson as Captain America.
Excuse me.
But it just disjointed, and they're trying to hang on to elements that were a bomb, where they should just let go of the celestial island and all this other nonsense. They haven't made anything epic or great since Endgame, in my opinion. Well, other than the Spider-Man, a couple of the Spider-Mans. By the way, did you see where Tom Holland broke up a fight in a grocery store.
No, where?
I don't know. But apparently a couple of dudes shoving each other, going at it. And here he comes, Peter Parker, and says, hey. And the guy's, he's like, wait a minute, Spider-Man.
What the heck?
I guess I can't continue because Spider-Man's here.
Yeah, I mean.
It completely diffused the situation.
I mean, yeah, wow. That would make anybody stop fighing. Like suddenly you're like, wait, whoa. And then you're like, dude, let's take a picture with this man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, 2025, it is still early. So
my movie right now, I've only seen 2, well, maybe 3 new films. Is the one, you've seen the original, but I saw the sequel with Gerard Butler, who's come back on the show again.
Yeah. You don't know the name of it.
It's Pantera.
No.
Well, I think it is.
That's not the name of the film.
Pantaloon. Pantera. It's something. Den of Thieves. Pantera. Something like that.
I think it's just Den of Thieves too.
But there's a Pentatonics or Pantera.
Pentatonics, the a cappella group?
Yes, they sing through it. There is something like that.
I think it's just Den of Thieves 2, but I don't know. I've seen Den of Thieves.
Yes.
Featuring Ice Cube's son and
Yeah, look it up now. Going to my text messages.
yeah, go to your text
That'll be a
because
good
you've
place.
asked a lot of people. What is the name of that movie? What is Pantera? Do you mean Pangea? All the countries used to be connected.
No. Pathology. No.
Is that where
I think
it's
it is
set?
Pantera.
Like, what does Pantera have to do with it? Is that another movie?
No, I don't think so.
I'm just seeing Den of Thieves 2.
That's what you're saying.
Oh, Den of Thieves 2, Pantera.
My God.
What does Pantera mean?
See what I mean?
But see,
but do you see?
But I haven't seen it. I wasn't disagreeing with you. I
But
was
you
just saying
did
I only
disagree
know
with
it
me. You sat there and did disagree the entire time.
because I said I don't know. I said I only know it as Den of Thieves 2. I could be wrong.
Oh, my God. I don't have the strength.
I don't have the care.
That's why when I throw water on a space heater that you're in front of, I'm not worried about it. It's fine. That's a statement that I didn't think I'd say this morning. Your thoughts?
How about you say I'm sorry?
For what?
For scaring me unnecessarily so you could giggle.
Oh, now you're not allowed to be frightened a bit?
I don't like to be.
If there's no harm to you.
But how am I supposed to know that? I've been told my
I
whole
knew it.
life,
I
never
knew it.
leave a space heater. I don't trust you.
Oh, my God. There's the problem right there. Thank you. Thank you. We've got to the heart of it.
I don't trust
This
you.
is the heart of our issue.
No, because I do think that sometimes you making yourself and potentially others that you can impress around you giggle more important than the safety of others. At least classy. I did the head bob of this conversation is over.
Anyway, that's my favorite movie of 20.
Den of Thieves 2.
I almost said 2015.
Pentatonics.
2025. Yes,
What is the word?
Pantera?
I knew you'd forget already. Yeah, it's Pantera. What does Pantera mean?
I don't know.
You've seen the movie.
It may be something that they were trying to steal.
The Pantera.
The Pantera
It
diamond.
is a recipe. It's like a tortilla dish.
Delicious.
Oh my God, Pantera. Have you had the Pantera?
Yes. You know what 2024 brought me? Caviar. I didn't think I'd be a big caviar fan, but I've become one. My God.
Great.
It's pretty good.
How many times have you eaten it?
Once.
And it was the single greatest.
I was with our buddy Richard in New York, and he bought the table the best stuff. And
and
then
said, and Leah ordered you a little something else.
yeah,
It's cheap.
and here is some pudding.
Here's some imitation caviar. It's tapioca.
Here's some boba. But no, you do it with a shot of good vodka, and it's like that's the way the Russians would do it.
And that's what's been keeping you from it. You were like, I'll only do it because I love the Russians so much.
I don't care for those commies. You know what? I learned about the bunker there where Hitler and the gang were hanging out.
Okay.
Because I watched
You
this.
say it like they're the
circle of-
little rascals. Hitler and the gang.
They were.
You know,
Well, they
Spanky,
were-
Alfalfa.
They were
Adolf.
rascals, all right.
Yeah.
Bunch of
rest in hell.
A bunch of weirdos, my God. Mm-hmm. But they lived in this bunker that they built.
At the end.
Like from January until they,
killed themselves like the little
bitches.
Yeah, they are.
They are. And, but they talk, so the generators to give them air was diesel powered. That's going to be obnoxious. All they did was smoke and drink in there the whole time because food was not there for them, not a lot of food. So they weren't having banquets. They were smoking, drinking, fornicating, and urine was omnipresent.
Ooh, and what about...
They didn't have sewage. Yeah, I don't know if maybe they went outside for that. What a way to... And you're there for this guy. Hey, we got to be at this party.
Yeah, just like... At that point, you're like, okay, maybe he didn't have all the answers.
No, obviously he didn't. What a bunch of... Oof.
Group thinking losers.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get going here,
Yeah. Blind adoration.
Yeah, for me. Where you guys follow me to the bunker.
Yeah, sure. But what would your bunker look like
Once
once you're inevitably caught in the world?
No, I
turns
would
against
want
you?
something pretty nice. I saw Adam West's house in Palm Springs, California, and they've turned it into a Batman motif kind of thing. Okay. It is nice. You should look it up. A real estate agent has it on her Instagram page.
Wow.
Look it up.
Okay.
See if you wouldn't want to hang out there.
The only way I'm coming to your bunker and bringing the team, will you have nice caviar?
I will have space heaters for everybody as I walk around with a big bucket of water.
Why do you have to keep doing this?
Doing what?
Just being so annoying. Like you.
He keeps throwing. At the end, he was throwing water on everyone's space heater.
We finally killed him.
One bullet. Two should do it.
Two should do it. God.
That's your favorite quote.
I love that quote. It's from
Robin Williams.
It's from Robin Williams. And you haven't seen that movie yet, have you? No. I'm proud of you. You finally watched a movie I suggested to you called Noises Off. Michael Caine, Carol Burnett, Nicolette Sheridan, John Ritter. It's old. It's from like the 80s or 90s.
How good John Ritter was.
Oh, so good.
Talk about a guy dying too soon.
Shocking. Wasn't he just early?
You know who his dad was? Tex.
Tex Ritter. What a name.
But
and then his son.
He was a famous cowboy actor.
Oh.
Tex Ritter was up there with Roy Rogers.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Like you had to choose who you go see, Roy Rogers or Tex Ritter or the Lone Ranger, all those guys.
Wow.
Tex Ritter was a singing cowboy.
American country singer and actor.
Yes.
Tex
Ritter wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
He's the patriarch of the Ritter acting family. Son John Ritter, grandsons Jason Ritter and Tyler Ritter.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Jason Ritter. He's a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But did he not write? He owned the Anaheim Angels, the California Angels.
He did?
Yeah, and he wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's the original artist of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
What?
Tex Ritter.
I'm looking it up. There's just so much to read. This is crazy.
He met, I believe, I may get them mixed up with my other singing cowboys, but
How many do you think about on a regular basis?
I think about them all day. He, Hopalong Cassidy, another guy.
Cassidy.
Scott,
he had plantar fasciitis.
Scott Wilson's brother is named after Hopalong Cassidy.
What's his name?
Hoppy.
Hopalong?
No, Hoppy Wilson.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
But I think
if you could have any other name right now, what would it be? First name only.
Start with Big.
Big Hoppy.
Big Hoppy. Big Hops?
No. I asked you. I'm not coming up with it.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't want another name now. It'd just be too hard. I was obsessed with the name Kelly when I was a little girl. I really had wished my name was Kelly. I had a friend named Kelly, and then Barbie's little sister was named Kelly, the doll. And so I thought, can't go up from here.
Yeah. I always liked La Bradford.
Yeah, what's that about? Whenever I ask you about if you get a dog or a child or if you have to name something of significance, you always throw out the name La Bradford. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think a guy played at the University of Louisville named LeBradford.
LeBradford. It's a nice name. Like it just kind of it's just like LeBradford.
Yeah.
It's like just I know it has multiple syllables, but it seems like it just has one because it's so smooth.
Joe Dumar. I like that one too.
Is that also one name?
No. But
Joe Dumar.
Adrian Dantley. I like that name.
Adrian Dantley.
I'm just naming Detroit Pistons now. But yeah, I liked Adrian Dantley. I thought that was because the PA announcer for Detroit was fantastic.
Sure.
Basket by Adrian Dantley. And you'd hear that over the television.
Adrian Dantley sounds like a TV star. The Adrian Dantley Show.
Yeah.
It's just got a lot of hard T's and D's. Dantley.
I saw where the Gaston from Beauty and the Beast was based upon the actor, and I didn't realize that was his name. I'm like, who? He's the guy that was played opposite of what's her name on Days of Our Lives. He just recently died. Deidre Hall. That was her name. The actress, not his name. What was his name? It's very odd name. You remember Deidre Hall?
I didn't know. I didn't watch soap operas.
You didn't watch Days of Our Lives?
No, I was at school.
And these are the days of our lives.
I remember that, and it had the little sand. But that's it.
What is his name?
I'm looking. Soap opera. Drake Hodgeston, Esta Terblanche, Johnny Wachter.
Johnny Wachter. He hardly knew her.
He was. I know you have no idea, or you wouldn't make a joke about it. He was
What?
Tragically shot and killed recently. He's a young guy.
Oh.
And he was tragically shot and killed in Los Angeles. Some guys were robbing him, and they shot and killed him for no reason.
Oh.
It's actually very tragic.
Well, I didn't know that.
I know you didn't know that, and I was trying to tell you before
you can't throw out a name like Johnny Wachter and think I'm going to sit here. I'm
sorry.
Have you found his name yet?
Bill Hayes.
It's the oddest name
Jennifer
ever.
Leake. Robin Bernard. These are all soap opera stars that have passed in the last year. Meg Bennett.
Well, I didn't hear the first
Barbara Fuller.
names.
Johnny Wachter. God, he was only 37 years old.
Shot and killed by a bunch of punks or thugs?
Yeah, Joan Benedict. Renald White. Doug Sheehan.
Doug Sheehan.
Esta Terblanche.
We used to work
Ron
with him.
Hale. Gosh, a lot of Drake Hodgeston.
That's him.
I said that first.
I didn't hear it. But I never knew that was his name. That's who Gaston and Beauty and the Beast is based upon.
Really?
They used
I can see it.
They used his image to draw Gaston.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. We took care of that, didn't we? We knocked that out of the park. Now, back to the questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Get you a deep breath.
Here we are. Let's see what we got. My goodness. What's the best movie of 2025?
Oh, man.
And again, I already told you
Yeah.
so far. Kelly, bless her heart, the only one working, said, heard this discussion on the Bobby Bones show. Is it gross to share a toothbrush with your significant other? You and I have talked about this. No. You say yes. I say no. Noah Day says no. He agrees with you.
Yeah.
I think Noah Hall agrees with me.
The human mouth is such a cesspool of germs and bacteria and disgustingness. It can literally kill you if you don't have good oral hygiene.
You have no idea what it's like to be a man.
What do you mean?
All those things you just said. Do you know that if the mood is right and Barry White is singing, I'll swim in there, if I may?
Okay.
Yes.
In a disgusting mouth?
Oh, my God. Yes.
Men are so weird.
If Gal Gadot is
I haven't brushed my teeth in years.
says she hasn't brushed her teeth and wants to come
Has
over.
just brushed her teeth?
No, hasn't.
Oh.
And wants to French kiss me? You bet.
I don't care who it is. That is so disgusting.
You just don't know what it's like.
You're right. I could never get my head around that justification of. And why would Gal Gadot come to you?
Well, you'll have to ask her.
She hasn't, and she won't. Especially unbrushed.
Yeah, I don't want her feeling bad about herself.
She's so desperate to be with you. She's like, I don't even have time to brush.
But anyway.
I know. I think sharing a toothbrush is disgusting.
That wouldn't bother me. I would let somebody use my toothbrush.
Really?
Depends on who it is. I'm not going to hand it to a homeless person.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Well, I don't know.
Why does it matter?
Because I don't want to have my things in their mouth.
What does it matter if dirty mouths don't matter?
No,
what if Gal
it's not about
Gadot
a dirty
becomes
mouth.
homeless?
It's still Gal Gadot.
Well,
it's her. So it doesn't matter.
My baby, Gal.
It's my baby. That's right. With that Israeli accent.
Yeah, no, I can't share a toothbrush. That's one of the things there are two things I really don't like sharing. No, three things. Well, there's a lot of things. I'm grossed out by everyone, even those I love. I find everyone absolutely disgusting. I don't enjoy sharing nail clippers. Like I will let like my husband or like my sister.
I thought of that.
Do you even own nail clippers?
Oh my God!
I don't know if they got taken in the Great
one
Robbery.
Of the world's best collection. No, they did not take those.
Yeah.
Although they could have. I thought they would because I kept Q-tips there and they took all of those.
So they could
like
hear
the
you coming.
500 Q-tip box.
That is crazy.
Isn't it?
Well, so I don't like sharing, but that's kind of on the low end. I don't love sharing tweezers. Anything to do with the human body, I don't want to share my implements. I don't know why. But the two main ones is I don't like to share mascara because an eye doctor said once, like it can, because it's so close, it can transfer, infections or things.
Do you
between eyes.
know how generous I am to you? Because I could ruin your life. All I'd have to do is slow drip factoids to you if I wanted about this will kill you, that'll kill you, this will kill you, that'll kill you. And next thing you know, you'd have to just be a Howard Hughes. Just occasionally sticking out a bottle full of urine from the bedroom.
Lee, no fear you create in me will kill me faster than simply being around you. Okay? Just being around you is slowly killing me. So I don't think any manufactured fear is going to come and do the job first.
It's just you'll say that. Well, someone told me this. And
A doctor. I said a doctor told me that.
Uh-huh. And that is the end all be all of it?
Yeah.
If we're around.
You tell me about it.
If we're around 800 years ago, whatever it may be, and you're going, listen, the universe revolves around us. I go, but my buddy Galileo says.
Oh, like you'd hang with Galileo.
I would.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Because he thinks outside the box.
He wouldn't talk to you?
Yes, he would.
No, I don't think so.
It bothered you.
Galileo.
It bothers you today when the aerospace kids were hanging with me. You didn't like it.
Because I want a better future for them. Don't end up like me around this kind of guy. Yeah. Think better of yourself.
But anyway, and I'm trying to tell you, sometimes just because they've got the initials next to their name doesn't mean they know all of every mystery of life.
This is an unwinnable argument.
You can say that again.
Because how about you just think that doctors don't know anything, which is what you think.
That's not what I think.
And then I'll think that they do. And if I feel like I need a second opinion, great. This wasn't about I'm just saying things that I personally don't like using. But the main thing is a toothbrush. I would never share a toothbrush. If I found out someone used my toothbrush, guess I'm going to Target to get a new one.
All right. Wouldn't bother me. If I'm with the girl of my dreams, she can use my toothbrush if she likes. Doesn't bother me.
You buy her own toothbrush.
I would buy her as many as she wants.
She's obsessed with toothbrushes.
You know what? I do have a large supply of toothbrushes.
Why?
Because I
got
go
a lot
to
of one-nighters.
Yeah. No, because I go to the dentist so much.
Oh, I know. I never know what to do with
those.
those.
They give me.
I do keep those because
So
occasionally
I
you'll
just
have
keep 'em
someone
in
like
there.
5 friends or
Right.
family spend the night. They're like, "Do you have a toothbrush?"
Yes.
And I always say for a nominal fee, yes, I do.
Right.
My copay was $60.
So yes,
Disgusting.
I have plenty of options at my house. She'll never have to go or use my toothbrush.
But if she needed to,
I'd be fine with that. Wouldn't bother me at all. I will say this, though. No matter how much you floss, no matter how much you brush, when you go in there and use the water pick, it's finding something that you thought you're clean as a whistle. Nope.
And that's kind of the end of your routine. You blow a whistle when you're done with your oral care.
Well, yes. Thank you.
I don't get it.
Oh, I was trying to use bedroom humor.
You blow a whistle.
When I'm done with my oral routine.
Done. Your turn. Oh, God. All right, we got to wrap this up.
Okay. Let's go then.
Let's get out of here. We got other things to shoot, other activities to do, other
We do?
people to meet.
Okay, I was going home.
I don't think so.
No.
What, to organize your toothbrush collection?
Yeah, I got to get that
They're
ready.
color coordinated, soft, medium, hard.
Here you go, honey.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening today, guys. This is Lee and Hayley Overtime. Don't forget about E-Day at UK's College of Engineering this weekend, Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Watch the Lee and Hayley show. Our home market is Lexington, Kentucky. We air weekdays at noon on Fox 56.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then follow us on social media. Just search Lee and Hayley, including follow our YouTube channel.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Hasta la vista, baby. We love you. God loves you. Hang in there. Goodbye.